Alright, so I've been binge watching um, the ZeroBio's series on the basement. He did he's got 5 parts on it. It's definitely worth checking out. It's great. And it's he shows you about explains modular building and like texturing and modeling the little assets that go in the scene as well to kind of build the environment. So I tried to do my own take on it. So like take the same concept and apply my own stylized like isometric version of it, and then add some of my own details as well into it as well, like some plants and books and stuff as we go along. So this is going to be the first part you're going to see. It might be 2 or 3 part video. Yeah, so hopefully follow me along the journey. Enjoy. All right, let's get started with this. So I've already spent the time creating. I just like took some wood textures and stuff from what's it called, from the onlines, and just like kind of repeated and made a texture. I prepped. I've also made my tiles and stuff like that. I still have to create the machines, but these are just the color itself. I'll just save. Save as. There we go. So I kind of saved it. I did some experiments what I wanted to look for, or the type of textures I wanted to create. Anyway, let's get started. I could be here waffling. Let's start building the pieces out. I'm going to create the floor first. So I'll just scale this up. I'm just going to pop out this screencast. Boom. Maybe it's a little bit too big. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. You don't know how big it should be. Where is the scale? Is it? I forgot there was a scale button here. That's font size. Shadow line. Oh, mouse size. There we go. Maybe a little bit smaller. There we go. Respectable. Okay. Let's go to item, and I want to do 5 by 5 by, let's say, 0.4. And this will be our floor, so I can rename this floor. And then I'm going to duplicate this again. Actually, no, I'll just add another plane, mesh plane. I'll use this as the wall. Right. I'm going to look at it from above. Actually, if I do 5 by 5, it'll be that could just be 0 because we're not going anywhere. We have no depth right now, so that's fine. And let's rotate this. Boom. And we're going to just move it up and into place. Oh, we'll fix the origin points and stuff. Let's just check this is nice and lined up. Nope, we got a gap here. I'm gonna move this down on the Z. If I set this to 5, that would be bang on. That's only because the center pivot is not the same. But yeah, let's put it here. Cool. And I'll just go to this view. I'll just look in here. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Oh, I can see it's not. So I'm going to move it up. There we go. And I'll just move this back. Yeah, as close as I can get. Maybe better off to put it just there. Okay. So that's my wall and floor. And I want to do some extrusion. So there was on Zero as well, he had the like skirting board with the tiles, so I kind of gonna try kind of do something like that too. But like I said, it's gonna be more stylized. So I'm going for a different kind of feel and look, but still based off the hallway, kind of inspired by his series, based off of that. and you know I'll try to follow some of like he's because I enjoyed binge watching it, but I'll try to do some parts similar, but I'll do it in my way, what way I feel comfortable with. Like I'm gonna do something like this. I'm still learning. I'm gonna put the slice here, and then that's the skirting board. So this is the banister, or the beam, or whatever for the panel, and then this is the um skirting board. This is like the wooden panel, and then this is the tiles. Okay, looking at this, I feel it's a little bit high, but I mean, let me see, 5. I'm looking at it like an orthographic as well, because I want it to be an orthographic thing, hallway. Anyway, let's just extrude this out. So we can just extrude if it wants to. Nope. Oh, edit, redo. Select the face, that's why it wasn't extruding, and then just pull this out. Why is it not extruding? E? What's going on? Control A. Scale. Okay, is it because I set that to 0? That's why I would not extrude out? Yeah, it was that. So I zeroed this out. So if I zero this out, and I try to scale, it doesn't know, because 0, that's my mistake. Yeah, I learned from something. You know, I learned something. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of these additional faces. Let's say this side face, this side face, this side face. Delete. Oh. And then I'm going to select this edge loop. I'm going to say bevel edges. This will be the banister. It'll be quite chunky. It can be quite chunky. Kind of over exaggerate this, and then let's kind of bevel this. Let's bevel these edges, and add some segments. Let's see how that looks. Shade auto smooth. I'm gonna have to play around with the. Oh, did it not shade auto smooth? There we go. I thought I had to play around with it. And I want to bevel this too. This one doesn't need to have so much of a bevel. Like that. There we go. And you can see this is going to be our wooden panel. This is going to be our tiles up here. And then of course I will keep the pillar separate, because then I can choose to move that as a modular piece, like if I want it in the middle, if I want it on there, slightly differently, but let's see. Let me do that now. Actually, just get a mesh and just move this up. This is going to be the pillar. I'll just call this pillar. Just place it slightly into the ground. There we go. Tab. Select this top face. And I'll move this up. Now I'm going to need to create the skirting board on just this part. This doesn't matter if it cuts into it. So I'm just going to actually hit Control A, apply that scale, then I'll add that loop cut. Just drag this down to about the same height. Get rid of this back face. We don't really need this back face. Get rid of this face down here. Now we just got left with this. I left the top because when we look at it from here, I don't want this to be, you know, because I don't want this to be empty so you can see inside. Extrude along normals. Yeah, that's looking alright. Now I don't know why it does this weird. Maybe it's just the way it's scaling out from here, but I thought extrude along normals it would keep it more proportional, but that's fine. I can kind of fix this anyway. Just going to select these two and I'll just scale in it and hit 0 on the numpad. Do the same here, 0 out. Let's try to get that even thickness around. Let's 0 this out too. And then I'm going to pull this out a tiny bit. This out a tiny bit. Or something like that. I think that'll be alright. So this is another piece then that, like I said, it's modular. Of course I want to bevel these edges. And I also want this edge and this edge. Alright. And we're just gonna, this the bevel edge won't be massive, it'll be something like that. It kind of blends in, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I think that will work. So I'm not going for hard edges, I'm going for like a nice soft rounded look. Look, it's stylized kind of. I think that's okay. I'm gonna just hit save as hallway. My blender folder, where my blender stuff goes. Now in terms of, I think that's okay. I think let's texture this up and then, or should I make the other pieces? So I've got this the pillar, it's the wall. I want to make like a pipe as well. So let me rotate this radius, say something like this. I mean, something like that. Width, I don't know. Yeah, let's start with something like that for now. Rotate this round. I'll move this up. Got this pipe. P-I-P-E. And then I'll start putting those in the collections after I fix it. I think maybe even smaller. Because I want it not to stick out or stick in too much. Okay, from above. I'm not gonna go into the ceiling. I think that's okay. And just select this edge here. And now we'll just go into here. And this will go into here. Let's see. No, it's not perfect. I think something like that will look alright. Maybe I'll pull this down a tiny bit so you can see some of that. So if I go 5, let's look. Yeah, so you can see there's a pipe there, and then I'll just add some kind of little loops in here, just a few. I can just duplicate this. Oh. Control A, scale, Shift D, and then just scale this out. Something like that. If I join these, and then I add a modifier, one bevel. I think that's okay. Let me just check from above. Yeah. If I add an array, I'm just trying to see how this will connect. So we want to go along the Y. So we're just going to set that to 1 and that to 0. Oh, sorry, Z. Is it? No, it should have been Y, right? Oh, no, for some reason it doesn't think. Okay, it's Z. Just say 1. I just want to see this. No, that's going to be visible. So let's get rid of this edge, this face here, and also get rid of this face here. Now it's more seamless. Yeah. I want it to. I don't want, if I had that bevel there, then you'll see it breaks and it's not like a continuous pipe. Um, so I prefer that. That would work. Okay, that's just a good way to check, I guess, to test it, see how it looks. Of course, this as well doesn't have to. It can be modular, maybe, or we can add that. I mean, it. I'm not gonna put in. I'll keep it a separate piece like the pillar, so I can choose to place the pipes where I want. I think that's all the meshes I need for right now for the actual just the hallway look. Right, so we can start texturing these up. I'm gonna move this over. Actually, I'll just move this back like this. All right, let's start with the floor. All right, I'm just gonna create a material for the floor. I'll call this floor. And this one will have 2 materials, which will be tiles. I'll keep my title tiles. And I don't know, wood panel. Wood panel. And then again, this would be the same, so I could apply tiles and add wood panel. This will be pipe, so just pipe. You can kind of give them more colors. This one now, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, to be honest. Cool. Yes, I can start with just checkered, boom, and let, boom. All right. So of course we're gonna have to UV wrap this, un-UV wrap this, or whatever. I also want additional material. I'll call this solid black. Boom. And I don't want no roughness. I don't want no specular. Okay. So that will be for this border kind of here. That's what I have in mind. So I mean I can do that. I can just kind of boom, 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 and assign that. And that's that. This one, this is pretty much done. I'm happy with that. Apart from like tweaking the actual materials properties and adding like whether it's rough or whatever it is on the floor. Um, you know, we can look. Let's preview an EV. Let's use the ray tracing for preview. That'll give us a better idea, but without having to go to circles just yet. I'm gonna hit save. we're gonna have to add some seams and UV map these and this. This we can add this. I don't think we really need to add the seam. Let's just take the. I think we can get away with this one being like that. I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. Okay, so let's mark some seams where I want them. I'm gonna say this edge. Actually, I don't need to really. I can just kind of go like this. This make my life easier. Just do UV, project from view. Oh, and I have that piece, right? And why can't I see the? Why can't I see the faces? Oh, there we go. Then of course this. And I'll just do the same thing. UV project from view. So this is the banister, and this is the panel. UV project from view. I'll just kind of move it over here, and then this is the skirting board. UV project from view. Now, if I use the Mio, this is just an add-on, free add-on, and then I'll just say gridify, and then I'll just kind of scale it up. So you can see this is the bevel. Look, that's the bevel here. This is the panel, and then I'll do the same on this. Where's gridify? Well, just kind of little spread it out a little, and then I'll just scale it up a bit. We can move this around and stuff is fine. And there's the panel for the tiles. Okay, so of course this we can, we can scale this up and the UVs and stuff anyway. Let's see how this works. I mean, I might be doing it wrong, but so tiles, I'm gonna go here. I want to go to image texture, open, and then I'm gonna go to my documents in my YouTube folder, and then here I got like the original where I tried to make it like I thought I could make it like that, but I thought actually it won't, because if I try to do repeated texture it won't work. Alright, so with this. Alright. Let's turn this on. And that looks okay. Next we want to select the bottom half. I'm just going to select, go into X-ray again. I'm going to select these faces and assign this there. But now that's just separate, so it doesn't. I could actually do the same on here, over here. So this is this. Select inverse. Let's select invert. Invert selection. Invert, and then assign that. Also on the top here, I'm just going to add and then assign this there. So that's my idea anyway. Of how I want to do it. And then this, of course, you see here, I'm going to extrude this out and then have a solid piece, like solid black piece once I've finished and happy with it. I'm hoping that will be the idea. Again, I can apply this image texture, and then I can open. We go to this, easier to do this list or something. I can just scroll down here, YouTube, and then it'll be wood open. Cool. Don't worry, it doesn't look perfect right now, but hopefully it will look better. Can look better anyway. So we're going to edit mode. Let's select this face. I'm going to press N to collapse this. And I'll just kind of position this and scale the UV, right? Now, how many I want? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do. Should we do 6? Let's do 6. Even like 6. 6 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 6 by 1, 2. Let's do 6 and 4. Okay. Actually, it's easier if I just grab the edge, right? And just move it. And just place it up here. And then just place this here. I know it's not the best. Actually, I could move them across, but let's just move it one across so then I don't have that edge. But let's select this first and then move this over one tile. That's okay. I like the size of that. And let me do the wood so we don't get too annoyed by this. Let's start with this part. And for us to have the right image behind, we can just kind of switch here. It's not really easy way to do this. Actually, if I turn off the gizmo here, or I'll keep the gizmo on, but I'll leave the selection off. Move this across so I can see. Then move all these out of the way. Boom. And I want to scale this up. There we go. That's looking nice. And then again, I want this face. Oh. What now? Why am I? Wait, let's turn this gizmos on. Oh, I moved this the wrong selection, luckily. Oh, unlucky. Undo, 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 undo. Did I move this? I did move this. Damn it, I moved it. Let's go back to this. Yeah, I have to be careful. Moving this around. Well, let's move it up to the top actually. See if I move this. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. This part I want to fix. Okay, so I want to select this face here. Alright, I'm gonna go here into wood. Don't touch the existing, it just looks wrong by this. Now, I don't want this many panels. This looks, I don't know, let's see. It may look like too much or too less, let's see. I guess it depends what. Does it look too busy? Or maybe not enough busy? I don't know. Pull this down, then go to edge. It's up. Maybe more, a little bit more. Let's see. I want to kind of look like. See this edge here. That's an about right proportion for that. I don't know. It just depends on what you feel, I guess. What you're feeling. Can turn this back on. Hit tab. What's this when I hit tab? What's going on here? Edit mode. What's this? I don't know what that is. I don't know what happened. I just want this bit. I'm not sure. What is this? Oh, is this the skew tool or whatever? Oh, okay. It's just whatever this shear tool. I've never seen that before. We can just look at this over here. I mean, it's not too bad to be honest, but let's move this up. I'll move this across, and of course I'm gonna scale it. Like I said, this is not the best way of doing. This might just my way of. This is my solution right now of the look I want to go for. Hopefully it works. What I have in mind, like the style I'm trying to go for. I do have Substance Painter, but I'm not very comfortable with it right now at this point in time. But yeah, I think that's okay for now. Now this part, let's just do this. Let's fix this up because let's fix this up. UV project from view. And then let's say this. Actually, I'll just do this UV. And then hopefully I'll gridify that anyway. UV project from view. That's one piece. This. Cool. Let's move this around, and then we're just gonna bring out this gridify. Boom. Same on here. Gridify. Boom. And this. This doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. Because that's its own material anyway. So on here, because this is the tiles, I'm gonna switch the tiles and then white tiles. And then just turn this off. So while I'm here, I might as well do this once. I have to consider the bevels here. And of course, I want it to repeat. So I don't mind that too much. Let's do edge. Bring this edge in. Bring this edge in, which will be this side. I'm gonna select these edges and gonna get them in the middle. That and these edges. And move them right there. And then of course we've got these vertices. We'll just select here. Kind of that down a bit. And then the top. That wasn't too difficult. Once you kind of get understanding what you want, I think that's okay. As it looks a little bit stretched. I mean, I could get away by just squashing that pillar a little bit in. I think I could get away with that. Um, let's go here. Let's go. Let's find these pieces. I want these faces. I'm gonna go to wood. Let's scale this up. Okay, so those are the side pieces that we're seeing right there. Again, which is the back. I should have really deleted those, but I don't really need those. I can delete those later. Alright, let's take a look. So this is the bevel and then the side. So of course this just goes in here. And I'm going to squish it down and push it in. Whoa. And I'm probably scale it out as well. Something like that, maybe a little bit more, a little bit more. And this looks kind of too, yeah, like this. Let's bring it out. More. Yeah, that looks good. Like I said, let's go back to layout. Let's pull this in, and like I said, this looks a bit stretched. I'm gonna put this back in. Maybe it's because it's not fully square. There we go. I don't know. Maybe I should use one of these tiles as a reference. Yeah. Maybe if I make it more square. Let's see. I know it's not the best way to do this. Like this or like that. Let's see how that looks. Looks better a little bit. And that can kind of just sit. If that was like that, let's hit 5. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I think that looks okay. And then of course the pipe. Pipe, I think I could take like one of these tiles and just kind of stretch it. I don't know if that would work or not. I mean, I can try. If not, I'll either have to make another texture for it or. But let's see. It may work. I'll just use hallway color tile. I mean, yeah, I think that would. Alright, so the pipe itself, let's look at the UE. This. I wish it automatically changed, so. I assume this is these are the faces, right? For this? Now, is it sideways or is it thing? That's the question. Let's see. rotate it this way. That's probably better. I think that's not actually terrible. Think about this. Am I in object mode, right? It might be a noticeable, repeatable, like too repeatable a notice. You know what? I should just do mark a seam here. Where's it? Mark a seam. And here. Yep. Can I select this, please? Okay, let's do this one. Nope, it won't let me do this one. This one. So it's not the best way of doing things. There we go. Let's do UV mark seam. Alright. Let's select. This is a. I'm going to project from a view. I guess these are the sides of those, but it's fine. Fix that after. I'll just project for view for this. So I can kind of fix this up. And then if I go here, select this face. Is it only one face or is it? Because that was a separate object, right? I can't see the other face. Oh, it's there. He's there. Behind the green arrow. There we go. There we go. So let's look at it from here. UV project from view. Alright, so now we can kind of move these around. Like so. You can see it there. So I'll keep it within. I think that's okay, you know. That's not too bad there. This, of course, is going to look wrong or kind of weird. But let's just say gridify. Boom. Select these. So now we've got this piece. Oh, put that back in. So that this is this ring here. So it allows me now to see, move this around, which is kind of cool. And they kind of move it where I need it to be. And the seam's hidden, so it's nice. If I was to just go to the next tile, then you can see there. Which I don't have an issue with. I mean, what happens if I rotate this? Sorry, I'm just waffling right now. Actually, I could do that. And maybe we'll get away with something like that. Let's put in a whole tile like this. Let's kind of just put this. Let's say this tile. say this tile here. Let's get this out. Select the edge. Boom. Move this up. And that edge there's okay. Or is it just two looks? Huh? Oh, okay. Oh, you can throw it. It's okay. Cool. Move this down. Maybe like, does it look too stretched? But I think that's okay. I think that's okay. It's the same on this one. I'll just bring it over. Can you copy? Oh, you can copy, paste. Yeah, that's cool. I like these tools. I like these tools. I'm just gonna do a different section of it, and then you can see what we're doing over here. Maybe get some of this. Yeah, I think that's okay. The pipe itself. Choose this. Oh, no, let's gridify. Let's keep it gridify. I'm gonna move this to the edge, like this. And move this one to this edge, like this. There we go. I know it's not perfect, but I think that's okay. I'm happy with that. It's we're not zooming in, like we're not looking at this, but I can work with that. Remember this is just the color base, so still got stuff to add to it. Anyway, hit save. I don't want to have to go through all that process again. I'm going to go into shading now. I'm going to bring the shader editor open. Now, for the normal, I want a normal map. I already have one normal map created because I just use a normal map generator. I just said, can you create it for the tiles? I could have done it for the wood, but I don't really. You don't have to create it for everything, right? Yeah, I mean you can, but tiles. We won't see it properly here. Let's set this to color space to none. Where's non-color space? Non-color. And repeat is fine. Seeing it image right. Yeah, just set that to non-color. Oh, I'll set it to wood. My fault. Cut this out the tiles. Paste. Oh, it won't let me do that. Why did this go white? Let's undo. I don't know what I did there. Let's get rid of these. Okay. I don't know what I pressed. I must have pressed something. Normal map. Image texture. Documents. My YouTube folder in there. There we go. That's better. And then color space. Non-color. Why is that going to non-color as well? Oh, that's just the normal. Okay. Is it just the light then? Let's see. Yeah. Maybe this needs something else. Maybe this does. Maybe I need to make. Oh, the pipe material doesn't. Is this the pipe material? Let's go here. Can I copy this? You should be able to copy, right? And paste into another. Internal clipboard is empty. Select. I thought you could copy and paste. Copy. Paste. That's weird. The shortcut Control C, Control V won't work. There we go. All right. So we have a normal. It's very hard to see. Make sure I'm on the right one. If I just play around with this value, and let's change the light. So he's doing something. The normal is affected. I mean, very hard to see, but he's there. Maybe bring the roughness down. I don't know if this is the best way to see that, but it should be there, right? I can see something's going on. No, nothing. Something's going on weird. Let me switch to cycles just double check that it's not some kind of noise that one. Normal map, normal. I don't know. Oh, color. I'm reloading in the wrong. I need to do the normal map. There we go. That's totally my fault. That's my fault. Same on that one then, the pipe. So easy to make that mistake. Latch. Let's go here. Normal. I was thinking, what's wrong? Why does it look so like we can go back to this. We can go back to Eevee. It was not Eevee. I was blaming Eevee, but it was my fault. So you can see here. So it's taking the color property and you can see there's like a little bump there. It's not massive, but it's there. No. And we can of course different lighting will affect the scene in its own way, I guess. But you can see there's the highlights, yeah. I guess you can play around with that strength. Now I'm looking at this, and I think that's way too bright as well. And let me swap these around. My brain keeps on. It'll be easier if that's on my right to view. Very washed out. I'm just gonna add a light in here, mesh. So add light, point light. Just wanna see. Yes, it looks wrong. That's better. Should I play around with? I think the specular and the roughness, and then maybe we do. Another color ramp and some noise. And we change that to that mix. Okay, I like that. It just adds a little bit more to the texture. Should I put this into roughness, see what happens? Actually, that's better. That's a bit more better. It's not. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's not. It's not over too over the top. Let's see, 5. I'm just. I know. I know. It's not the right way. I just want to see how the light would affect this material, or if it was not the best. Like I said, not the best. Maybe not that. Maybe. Oh, I want another color. I want another noise. And I want maybe put this in here. Is this doing anything to it? The roughness and the. Oh, I can see something happening here. Does it look like that's sticking out? It doesn't really look like it's sticking out. It looks like it's sticking in. I know this is kind of stupid. Doesn't look. It could be the red is just overpowering everything right now. I think it kind of works. I'm not 100%. I mean, again, it could be D2 works differently with whatever render you're using, right? Or environment. Yeah, see, EV and thing, they react completely different. I mean, I kind of like that gloss there. I want that gloss, but for some reason I can't see it. You know, unless I'm making the light literally. Uh, let's see. Sorry about this. So if I was to take this off, just out of interest, if I was to take this off, nope. This is nice and glossy, right? So if I had to put this back on, so say one, object space. Is it object space? Is that I'm just playing around with settings to see. I mean, that's looking more like a bump or normal. That's looking more like what I want, but it's just I know it's very glossy, but if I play around with this and the not the specular, like so, that's the look I think I want. It's not too glossy. It picks up those highlights. So if I change the color, picks them up, but it still has its. You can still see. I think that's good there. I don't know if that makes any sense, but or if that. I mean, that's the feel I want right now. That's like I like that. I mean, that's the look I want. Of course, I'm not having moving lights or anything like that, but yeah, look, the way the light can just like bounce, and you can see here. So if I move this pillar in, yeah, I think this would, because if the point light, if I was to put this up here and go here, for example, say this is the light bulb. Of course, it won't be that strong. Um, See, then you're picking up nice little highlights. You get nice little highlights on stuff. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna hit save. And I think now the pipe I had was just a object space. To be honest, that doesn't even need the normal map. Because if I get rid of that, if I go here and just do bump, not that, bump, and then put in the height, let's see some noise on that. Let's do a color ramp and some noise. And then I'm gonna hit Control T, but this time it will be Z or the X? X. I'll scan it on the X. And the Y. There we go. More on the X. Don't worry about this. We'll fix this. We can play around with the strength on that. And then we can play around with scale. Yeah. No, I don't know. I think it's very subtle. It's very subtle. Of course, I can bring this up. I think that's okay. If the light, let's just move it around. Move it over here. It picks up different parts and of course then this can be different roughness as well. And the specular seems to affect. You see, specular has a big effect on the roughness too. They kind of work hand in hand. I noticed, and then I can bring this down. I think that's nice. I don't know. In my opinion, it might not look nice to someone else, but I kind of like that. I'm gonna hit save. And took a long time to do that. Now let's do the wood. It's such simple geometry, and you know I'm just spending it trying to get it looking right, right off the bat. Right. So again, I mean I can just use noise and a bump on that. I think, and I could be happy with that. So I can just go and bump, height, color ramp, and noise. This might be overkill stuff, I don't know. Let me know if there's a better way of doing things. You know, this, like I said, it's overkill. Just adding that noise. Control T because no triangle is installed. And then scale it. We can't get these. Is it doing anything? I guess doing something. Let's move this. Just hit backspace, reset those ready. Can't see anything. I'm gonna hit backspace. Boom. Oh, it was doing something. Okay. What's this do? It's very subtle. You can see there's a noise there. And this, does this have, how much does this have an effect? Yeah, it's a little bit, very little. I don't know. Maybe it's too much, but I guess it comes down to roughness as well. And like I said, I'll bring that specular down. I think that works there well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. And then it feels like boom. No, it's just overkill, but yeah. I mean, maybe tiny bit. Oops. Maybe tiny bit because you can pick up the speck a little bit, specular there and there on the bevel. Yeah, I think that's fine. Save. And because I've done it all on here, this is the same material, it's just different UV mapping. I don't really have to play with it too much. You know what I mean? Which is great. And I can just kind of shift that here if I wanted, for example. Boom. But yeah. All right. Let's delete this light. And of course, you can check here and see how it looks in different environments, and you know, it's not looking terrible. It's not the end of the world kind of thing. Maybe I add noise on that wood panel too. I don't know, mix some noise into that. Um, Do something. All right. And then the checkered floor. Checkered floor needs something, right? Like I said, I can do it again. Add some dirt to those, so it's not completely clean. And then of course we can change the roughness as well. Maybe just add in like the same thing. Uh, mix color and then color ramp. And I've done this over and over. Texture, mix. We do ease. I think that's okay. Maybe it's too much repeated, but I think that's okay. Let's see. Um, just check in. I don't. You can only. It's like I guess you can only go as far as like see how it looks. Um, even smaller. Even smaller. Just looking at the specular here, I think that's okay. Like I said, every lighting situation is gonna, you can't see it. Just depends on the angle and what you're looking at. But yeah, I mean, and then whatever lighting situation I'll like to add to your scene. But I mean, that's okay. I'm happy with this. Okay, I've spent a long time tweaking stuff. Let's join this up to the left. Oh, go back to here. Let's go back to Eevee. There we go. Just hit save again. Um, Now, I want to flesh out that back panel. This back panel here. So I'm just gonna go here. Select this loop. if I just hit E and then pull this out, and then I'm just gonna hit 0 on the scale, so scale on 0. And then faces, get from the side, let's go boom. And assign, add, sign. There we go. Hit 5. Now I got this kind of clean, and I can tweak this. I can change this color later if I want. You know, but yeah, I like that. Because this the whole way is my focus. This rest of it is not my focus, right? If that makes sense. Now let's build a smaller piece. So I want a two, like say two squares across or something like that. Or yeah, I'll say a pillar. Should we do a pillar and oh no, let's just do wall and then we can do wall and then we can because I said we can place the pillar anyway. So I'm gonna just duplicate this now. And of course, we don't need all of this now, so we can just kind of see if we can add a loop cut in here. Oh, no, it's gonna affect. It's gonna affect it, isn't it? So we have to gonna move. We're gonna move it around. Let's go. Let's go into here. I should go here and let's position this so I can see. So I want. So if maybe 1.5. I'm thinking. Because I'm thinking if I make the lift piece. Okay, let's say I'm kind of guessing. Maybe the lift is 3 wide and then maybe one slice. We're gonna need one slice. Just thinking like if I want to make this kind of real modular. I don't have to fix it, but let's just go here. Faces. Get rid of all this. I think I don't know. I don't know if this would work to be honest, but let's just center this for now. Fix that pivot. Can I just? What's the easiest way to do this? E. And at that point up there is not right. None of it is right, but I'll try to fix it. Go to vertices. I'm thinking either this is to be a little bit thicker, which probably needs to be. But let me see. I'm just gonna get an idea. So maybe it's easier if I just duplicate this, put it over here, and kind of figure out this piece what I want to do with it. Because if I say that my idea is like you have two pieces here, and then you have the lift as another piece, or does the lift just sit on a wall? Oh, why is that so wonky? Is this wonky too? Yeah. Get rid of that one. And fix this up. I think when I extruded out, it went all funny. Yeah. Now, yeah, it's like whether I want object center pivot to origin. It's like, do I want to have smaller pieces that I can kind of create like this? I don't know. I can do small turns or smaller hallways. Um, I'm thinking if you're gonna do it modular and you want to make a real game asset or something, you may want some smaller pieces. I may not use them for this, but I was just thinking, like, you have the option, right? You can say, but then you'd have to texture this side and this side too. I have to consider that too. Yeah. I guess it depends. You have to think. You have to actually quite think about all these, how you're going to use these pieces, right? It's like, yeah. Because if I was to put the lift up against it, maybe I don't need it. Maybe I don't need it. Maybe I'm overthinking, and I think this is enough for now for just creating the hallway, right? We're just gonna create a hallway. I think that'll be enough. Um, so easy thing we can just do is boom, add, generate array. We want to go along the Y here, so zero that out. 1, and then let's say 4, 5 across. Let's do 5 across for now. Again, I'll do the same. Can you just copy and paste a node? Can I Control C, Control V? No. You can't copy and paste. Oh, you maybe can, but it's not working for me. Set that to 1. And again, I'm going to add an array in here. Oh, 0, 1. Oh, 0. Um, -1. I don't know why this one. Is it because Control A? Oh, there we go. That'll fix it now. 1. That's not looking terrible. And then of course I could hide this if I wanted. I could put this here. I could say maybe there's one here. I could say this halfway. You know, you're not locked into that. Then with the pillar, you can move that around and kind of get different look, right? I like that. Um, yeah, look, it doesn't look terrible. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. And then if I was to go light, point light, put a point light here. I'm gonna add an array as well. Let me add modifiers in here. Oh no, you can't do modifiers in that would be cool. You could add an array of lights, but maybe it's not efficient, or I don't know. And I'm jumping the gun here. Let's look at it from above. I think that would work. That would work. Yeah. Look at that. That's looking cool. I can select all three of these. Yeah, nice, a bit nice reflection there on the thing. Again, nice highlights on the tiles. Let's look at the pipe. The pipe itself, yeah, it picks up some of the light. Yeah, I don't mind it. I can kind of imagine having more control over that. Let's see if I turn this off. Yeah, I think so. Now there's no HDRI affecting that. It's just the lights. Cool. Even that, look, just having that, the light shining down the hallway or something. Um, let's just scale this up and rotate this. So you could have a light at the end of the tunnel there. Yeah, that looks that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have fun doing this. Okay. Let's start building some of these little assets. Let's build the lift. The lift will be easy, right? It's just because yeah, the lift door at the end. But I want to place maybe a lift on the maybe a lift on the side. I don't know, or there. I don't know. Let's see. Um, let's kind of let's flesh out what I want to kind of do. If that makes sense. Maybe I wanna, because this is isometric view. Um, let's just duplicate this. Shift D. I'm gonna take the array off this one. Ah, you see, that's interesting. However, I'll just rotate this then. No? Is it always gonna... Oh my gosh. I just noticed that. Can I do something different then with the shader? So how comes it works here, but it doesn't work that way? Wait, does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not. Because if I grab that and put it there, it doesn't work. So why, when I do this, when I add the next one, how does that work? I don't get it. But if I duplicate it, I don't understand. My brain is so confused why that didn't work. Or how they're doing it. Or how the array's doing it, but I can't do it. That makes sense? Anyway, it's fine. I'll just do this. I don't get it, but eh, my brain can't figure it out right now. go. So I want this. I just want one little turn in here. So if I shift D, get rid of this one. Okay. Shift D. Look at it from above. And we're going to position it. Ah, so that's one thing I didn't take into account. This corner piece. What happens when you get to the corner here? I did not take that. I mean, I could put the pillar there, of course, but I didn't think about that really. How does that join up? I kind of understand. I'm learning from my mistakes and what I need to do, which is good. Not just being dumb about it, but really, if I was, yeah, put this across. What's in your ear? Oh, headphones. Um, push this in. I think push that in there. If I put this corner and this corner, I can cover up with this. I think. I don't know. We'll see. Oh no, because that corner that doesn't even. Because I mean you won't see it, but it does annoy me. Um, maybe I have to make a piece for a turn that. I mean, it's not terrible. I'd say move this in. No, that's the kind of. I might have to make a separate piece, but we'll see. But my idea is like something like that, and I kind of don't like these. But I'll fix that, and then I want to make these panels solid, completely solid. Because if you take this into something like Unreal, you don't want the light to leak to pass through, so you kind of want this to be filled so it doesn't, you don't get no light bleed or something. You used to take it to a game engine, but I mean, for now, I can just kind of fudge this around until I make a piece for it. I don't want to spend all day on this. Also, I need to think of a cap, or what happens when the pipe gets on a turn. Do you have to have a turn piece? Um, actually, I'll delete this. I'll leave it like that, so I know what I need to do. So like, I need a turn piece as well, but I also need something to cover this
corners, or I need a piece for corners. Anyway, I did say that last night. I knew I'd run into this kind of issue if I wanted to do something slightly different. Like going down like if it was just going like this down the hallway, it's fine. But if I want to do like turns and stuff like that, then it's not gonna work so well. So I've got a different set of issues that I need to kind of resolve. But yeah, but I mean, overall, I'm happy from what I've created so far. Um, let's just carry on, and we'll just kind of soldier through, right? We just soldier through and kind of build. I can see that's not touching. Well, it's touching, but it's not touching. I don't know. Actually, I don't really need that piece because I can kind of just move this, and there is much better at keeping that gap nice and tight. Um, whereas this, where the heck is this? Is this even aligned in the height? I don't know. I can't see anything. Anyway, boom. But I mean, I do like that. It's just the corners there, and that pipe would be an issue. Also that needs to be centered. Let me hit save. I haven't hit save. Let's work on a different part. Like I said, let's work on the lift, and then some of these other assets. You know, like the light bulbs, the light fixtures, um, so on. And let me pull up bios. Sorry, I had the adverts played, so I paused it so it doesn't pick up any of that. Um, but yeah, these are the objects. So the lift. So that's a lift. So he did do a lift piece separately. Did, yeah, so I was right. So his lift piece can go on the wall, and then he's got this light bulb, bed frame, shelves. So let's build the lift. So this looks like one, two, like it's one piece. I guess I don't know if this. It's like yeah, buttons up, down, and the doors, and then this kind of texture. I don't have a texture like that. I have to source it. But that's cool. Maybe we need to organize this a little bit. I mean, I can see the name. It's fine. I can see the names, but later on I have to put them in into what's it called? Into collections. So we know this is one wall, right here. Or actually, I can just duplicate this, move this over here, and work over here to get the size right. Why can't I see? I don't know. Never mind. Never mind. And I have to consider the actual pipe itself. So if I look at it from here, I don't want that. If there's a pipe above the door, then I don't want to go too high up. think that's okay. Let's push this back in. Call this left. Now I know this is cutting into these panels, but I don't mind that because I want to be able to place this on any wall, for example. So we're gonna extrude out and then push back in a little bit. So it's gonna be quite a chunky lift. Slice up here. So this is where the little light goes. Or the little, yeah, the up and down arrow, and then we've got button. Okay, cool. I can close that. I don't want to be too influenced, like, you know, I want to keep trying to do it in my own version of it, but I don't want to 100% be influenced by, you know, it's easy to copy something. I don't want to copy 100%. I'm gonna have to put a bevel on that. Bevel edge. Then we're just gonna extrude these two out. Extrude along normal. So we have a lift. I'm gonna hit Control A scale. I'm gonna add a generate bevel modifier on that. If I change, is that better or worse? Shade auto smooth. That's worse. Let's select these edges. I don't know if that'll work. Let's see. It may work. It may not work. I'm kind of just doing it as I go along. That's better. I don't mind that. It's kind of got it's rounded a little bit. It's not too sharp. Kind of goes with everything else. Let's just look at it from above. That's not. not wonky or anything. Let's add that. Mesh cube. Roll this out. So this will be the arrows. Display or whatever you call it. I don't know what they call this. Up and down. All around. Do, 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 do. Try to shift D. And I'm being a bit lazy here. Yes, not very. There we go. It's not too far away. Let's play around with this. Let's just see. I think that's better. That's much better there. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah. I know it's not amazing, but it's a lift of some sort. Maybe I'll make a little panel box. I can actually just duplicate this, and I'll put all of this in a collection after, but that little button press. Maybe this is that just can cover up. I'm kind of cheating a little bit like this. You know, you have some lifts where if we select this edge here, push they have like a little button on the side rather than on the actual wall itself. I can push this back. And then of course the Set origin to short version. Oh. Not the best. Not the worst, you. Could be better. Could be worse. And move this pivot, this vertex in. I don't know. Yeah, I can get away with that. Let's add the loop cut in here. Zero. I want to bevel this. Where's bevel, 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 edge? That's what I was looking at. Okay. Yeah. I don't want so much detail in there, but yeah, that's okay. Maybe I can just that tiny bit. Right. I'll mind that gap there. Let's see, save. That's not aligned. Of course not. If it's this. It's probably because it's just the angle I extruded it at, and then it kind of sheared off. Okay, that's looking a little bit better, but I mean it's not perfect. Like I said, let's move this across again. There we go. I need to model those lights as well. I need to make some buttons. Let me just shift D. Have an exaggerated button. Going up or down, isn't it? They have up or down button. I was thinking to do round buttons. I don't know. Can I turn that into if I had a well nah, I might as well just use a let's delete that. Let's just use a cylinder. Okay. Cylinder. Work nicely. Add a on that. That's floating as well. Let's go to X-ray and just fix the floating. I'll push that there. Cool. We have buttons. We have, I mean, that looks slightly bigger. Why? Let's stick it out more. That's why. Don't mind that too much. In terms of these, okay. All right. A heavy lift. I'll just boom, boom, wait, boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-da-da-da. Move to collection. Lift. Chop all the walls in the collection as well. Walls. Blue. It's easier to. Actually, do you know what? I can keep this whole piece and just kind of. Maybe. Let's put it at the end of the hallway here. Get rid of this corner piece, or quarter piece can go in here. Yeah, kind of works. 5. Yeah, if I fix this, I think it'll look okay. Um, I don't know. Let me see. If I think, like, if I have a gap here, and then say like, oh, maybe put it here. I don't know. It doesn't matter really. I'm gonna give this one a bigger space. I don't know. Maybe I don't even need that. Maybe I can just have 2 pillars here, and then Shift D, have a pillar at the end here. I don't know. I'm just kind of, you see what I mean? I'm just kind of eyeballing it and thinking. But yeah, I mean, that there doesn't look good either. I haven't been able to take that out. Not terrible, but the piece has to move forward. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's crazy how just the lighting itself sets the mood and the look. See how different it can go. Like how it affects everything. The texture can look so flat, or it could look like pop. It can pop, light can make it pop, or make it look so flat. Anyway, new material. Call this lift metal 1. In case we have different types of metal, maybe this or this. We'll see. Boom, boom. It's not terrible. So yeah, it's not terrible. Not terrible. Let's go for like a dark plasticky grey. Let's go. It's gonna be glossy, and then make this like a one. I don't know if red's too much for a button. Maybe red, but desaturate it. Let's see. Lift. ETN button. ETN. I'll play around with the hue. Sure, I don't mind that. Not intended, but I think I can play around with this roughness. Let's go hue shading. If I add light, because I want to use the red lights thing, because we're going to model them and put them near the lift. I'm going to just put some red in here. I gotta not see the light. Oh, there we go. Completely different, are they? Okay. But yeah. So just imagine that's a red light here. Of course, it's not going to be that powerful. But, and then, of course, on the other side. I just want to see, like, with that roughness and that, like, if we go completely gloss, then it's too much. You see me? Sure what I mean? Shade editor. I'm just talking a little rubbish, by the way. Roughness. Boom. What other textures do we have? I've been using noise texture a lot. Texture. White noise, Verona noise. Magic texture. What's this? I'm just gonna see what is it. I just wanna see. What does it do? Kind of makes like lines. Like that would have been cool for the. That's kind of cool too. Maybe I can mix these two together, so there's kind of stripy lines. I don't mind the lines, to be honest. Like, to be honest, I haven't done the UV mapping, so that's why I probably get lines. It's probably that looks like actually that scratches. Let's just look at it in here. Yeah, it looks like scratches. which is cool. But the lines were cool too. But let's fix the UV. I forgot to fix the UV maps. Let's just do a angled. No. Select edge. Select sharp edges. A UV. Let's go to UV editor. Let's see. I might be messing this up. So lift doors. This is the frame. That's the frame. This kind of has. Does this have average island parts? Does it have like, what do you call it? Where you can pack it. I haven't actually checked to unwrap. Redefine, align, arrange. See, they have arrange, offset, so shuffle, paste, unfold. So you can average the sizes, but I don't see what's the utility. Oh, that's just map checker padding. I don't see. Maybe there is, but maybe I don't know. Or don't. That's just body arrange, edge, distribute, evenly spaced. Okay, so you can evenly space them. Orient to world. Align axis. I don't know. I'm just pressing buttons. What's the worst that can happen? Now I've asked to go to here, UV, smart UV mapping. Boom. See, it'll pack it. You see what I mean? It'll pack it, but it's not gonna do the right way. So, guess we're gonna do it this way. UV project from view. So what is this? So I'm just looking at this material. I just want to see. So projecting the view. So is that right or is it wrong? It's wrong. So I think this is supposed to be lines. I don't know. I did not know. I can't tell you to be honest. As what this is. Oh, it is not supposed to be lines. It's supposed to be this. Whatever this is. Yeah. Whatever this pattern is. I mean, it's kind of cool. Um, traffic. Oh, okay. So it does. It is supposed to be lines. Is it lines with frequency? Kind of looks like got some. Yeah, got some frequency. Maybe we can mix it in. Just make it really, really thin, really fine, and then maybe we'll see. Um, let's get that. Let me do it. No, keep that. Let's copy this. So how does that work? Copy and paste work on there, but it doesn't work on something else. Ah, interesting. Maybe the lines are too much, but I don't like how you can kind of make crazy you know, effects and I don't see. That looks very dirty. Maybe it doesn't actually need. Maybe it doesn't need that, but also it doesn't need. Maybe it doesn't need the roughness. Maybe the roughness is just that, and this is just the color, right? I think that's actually more better. Um, add some color in there. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that would work. Let's see how. Maybe. I don't want it fully like. I mean, I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that, to be honest. I think I'm being so picky. I don't want, because I don't want a super glossy. I mean, slightly glossy. Maybe it has to be. Is metallic? Yeah, it's set to metallic. So, I mean, what happens if I change this? I mean, that's only glass anyway. Zero. I think that's okay. Be the. I'll tweak this probably more and more. Anyway, let's come out of that. I think that's okay. It's not terrible. Is it just because it doesn't have? Maybe I need bump, but I have to always bump everything. I don't know. I don't think you have to do it. So I can see that. It was very subtle. We're gonna look at it from far away as well, so I think that's okay. Where did the plate go? Alright, save. Where did the plate go? I lose the lift plate. Where these go? Move them. I know I'm being extra, sorry. I don't intend, I'm not gonna rush this. I'm gonna just take my time until I'm happy with the look and feel. Um, maybe should. But the lift is going down or up? One's on, one's off. I think that'll work. Let me save. Let's try this. Oh, file save. We need to make the light right. So we need to make the light bulb. Which is just, I think, it's like a cylinder or like it's just a sphere, right? It's a sphere. Is it a sphere or a sphere? Or is it a cube? I think it's a cube. I think that is, the light is made out of a cube. I may be wrong, but I believe it's like that. Because if we used to delete, if we used to take this and go like this and go like this and delete that, right? And you hit Control A, scale object, object, surface of mass, add a modifier, and we subdivide that. Boom, look at that. So we do get that shape almost, but you add some loop cuts, just a few loop cuts, not too much. Kind of scale it back in. Maybe squeeze it. Squeeze this in. And we have the light. Right. No, the back's not perfect, but let's go here, go zero that in. Push this in. We have a light. I know it's not perfect, but I think that would actually work. Other ways just to get a. Let me undo that, so I'll keep that just in case the other one's not as good. But I'm just thinking, what are the other ways you can do it? And this way, which is delete half. Is that even half? Let's delete half this way. Might be easier. Bases, boop. E. And we want a mirror. I should just tab A, Shift D, E, rotate. And I'll just kind of boom. Maybe that's a much better shape. And then I will vertices, merge by distance. Did they merge? Huh? Did they not merge? Actually, what am I doing? I can just bridge it and then dissolve. Right. Or move this up. Move this down. There we go. Done. Don't have to merge anything. Maybe that's better than that. That's a better shape. It was more defined. And then we just delete half, right? Whichever half we want. There from above, what's the best way to cut this? Like here. There we go. That's it. There's different ways of doing it. You could, but this looks actually cleaner. I'm gonna get this edge loop here. This edge loop here. Why is it not selecting the edge loop I want? There we go. Because I've got this Shift D, separate, selection, Tab A, ES. Right. Just gonna scale out. Let's scale this in, S, and put this in like this. Up, down. There we go. All I'm going to do is add the edge loop inside here, like this edge loop inside, extrude along normals. Select this edge loop, extrude along normals, or just actually don't need extrude on E and then just push it back. Select this edge loop here, select this edge loop here, select this edge loop here, over edges. Okay, so I got the back plate, I have this piece. So that just all came out of one sphere. Now we want to create cage, so I can actually create a cage. Let's duplicate this, Shift D. We'll use this to create the cage, I'm hoping. So let's kind of place our edge loops where we want them to be. I want one here, here. Another one here. This. Should we add some one down at the bottom? Maybe one on the side. There. Maybe one here and one here. I don't know. It's optional. Anyway, separate, selection. Okay, now we've got two pieces. We can delete that. If we convert this to a curve, let's see what happens. Oh. Fill the gap, and then of course you can move these, right? You can still move these around. But I think that's okay. I mean, it's not perfect, like I said. Look at that. Maybe let me fix this because that's not. How the heck did I go offset? Undo. How did I manage to do that? Oh, I don't know how I did that. Let's get rid of that. Let's just do it again. Maybe I selected the wrong loop. Let's look at it from the front. Yeah, that's bang in the middle. Boom, 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 and boom. That's bang in the middle now, right? I didn't select anything else. Yeah, that's okay. Shift D, separate selection, delete that, convert to curve. Oh, wrong one. This one. Fill cap before one. Now that's better. I can kind of scale it up, push it back in, whatever we need. I think that's okay. I can get away with that. Shade. I want to smooth. It's not perfect, but I can kind of go in here, up above. Let's select all of these. Oh, get rid of these. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And then just push this back a tiny bit. There we go. Like it's not perfect, like I said, it's not perfect, but you know what I could probably do? I could probably, is it Alt S? Yeah, it's Alt S. So I can go Alt S and just fix that. And just tweak that there. Like I said, it's not the best solution, but I think it'll do it. You won't see. We're not zooming in like this. We're not going in. We're not doing like a close-up render, right? This is a small prop, so I'm gonna make this kind of grayish. It's metallic. Bring the roughness down a tiny bit. Apply. This. I don't know what you call this. Wall light cage. I should also call that wall light cage. I haven't been naming parts. Wall light bulb. Wall light frame. Wall light red. Do. select this, this, then this, pair it to also with the collection you like all light, and then parent object. So now I can move this back and place it where I want, right? So if I want like 2 of these, if I want 3 of them, just place them in the scene and scale it to what looks right. I think something like that. I don't know. I have to see with the actual glow as well, because the mission might be strong. Let's just open up the compositor. Always new. Normally I should just do this at the end. I know. Joy, right. It's not looking terrible. I mean, I don't want it overpowered, but like, if I combine that with this, put a light there. This is Eevee we're in right now, so it could look completely different, but put this light. Yeah. I kind of like it. Let me change that to Eevee. I mean, cycles. Yeah, I think it'll work. It's not too much. Anyway. Let's kind of just move these around. So can I? Get a couple of these in. Couple of these lights around. Oh, over here. Yeah, it's looking alright. I need to fix that. I need to fix these. They kind of bother me a little bit, just a little bit. I could do this. Let's see. I could just do. Or I could just do E and just kind of grab that, right? No one gonna know. No one gonna know. And then if I was to extrude that, well, this was a solid panel, then yeah, see, at least that doesn't bother me too much. I know something so silly. You like these corners I don't like to see. You know what I mean? See, it's already looking better. What's going on there? That's fine. It's just too close to the middle. Too close to the lift, isn't it? I think that's looking alright. Could look like it's like an isometric game kind of thing. As long as I light it nicely, I could get away with that. I'm not 100% sure about this lift panel thing anymore. I think it's way too big, but maybe it's too big. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. And then maybe. Nah, I think when I light it, it will look different anyway. Um, let me hit save. Yeah, look, look. Just turning that on. You see how it automatically changes. Um, that's probably more of the lighting I want to go for, but and then I'll have some warm. I want to go for like a warm look. I like the warmish. Right now, that's not very warm. But for example, if this is like this, just to get an idea, but you gotta imagine this is the point lights or something above. Orangish. How far is this light? There we go. I know, like I said, I'm jumping ahead, but it helps me figure out what I need to like if I have to tweak something. Because and now then it's like, but I think this lighting here is okay, even if I don't need the seam weld. Yeah, like I think that yellow's too yellow. I don't mind it being dim in certain areas as well. Um, but yeah, the yellow seems too yellow. Looking at the yellow and the reds, the red doesn't look like a. It doesn't look like a light right now. That could just be just due to the actual emission, the shade on that. This. Let's bring the roughness up. Make this darker. That's the mission. I'm looking at. I don't mind it being like that. Because if I place these lights along here, or yeah. See, it's already looking much better. Again, play around with it's just playing around with playing around with each light, trying to get nice and balanced. Maybe not all of them have to be red, you know. I'll get some blues in there, but yeah, if I add some blues and back into it, maybe this is a new wall light. Maybe I can have some lights that are slightly orange as well. Or even blue. I don't know. I'll play around with right now. I kind of like that. I don't mind that, to be honest. I think this is just need to go down a tiny bit. But I kind of like that. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of like that. It helps break it up. Maybe all of these lights, these don't have to all be, like I said, all be the same. Um, that was the cage. I was deciding the cage. But yeah, like I said, it could be that these are orangish. Oh, what? I don't know. I don't know. I'm so jumping ahead right now. I think maybe this color. I think that looks more believable, like the white and then the orange, because you don't have like if I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we get rid of this and get rid of this. See what I mean? Get rid of this. So that looks nice there. That looks nice. This doesn't. We don't need that. Let me save this. Think. Yeah, I think I could do something like that. I'm gonna just do one quick thing. I know, you know, I just want to get a gobo. Like I said, I'm going off topic. I want grids. Maybe not that one. I know it's completely off, but it just might help set a kind of feeling. Don't mind that, and then the angle. Just increase the angle. Blend and might work. It may just work. May. I like it so far. I mean, I can sit here playing around with lights and colors and materials all day. But like I said, I need to move on to the next part. We want to move on. We don't want to sit here. We don't want to sit here doing this forever. So we want to build other stuff. Let's build in this little fridge thing. Oh, is it a fridge? It was a fridge. The little box, white box. Shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, I'm not gonna put extreme amount of detail in there. I'm just gonna grab a cube and it's just gonna be a cube with a bevel down the middle. So let's kind of call this fridge. Of course, you can go and add the handles and everything else. But I'm going for like a simplified kind of, yeah, just I don't know what kind of style is what I call it, but I don't know what to call it, but yeah, you understand. Hopefully you'll see. Hopefully. So in terms of fridge size, it'll be like something like that. Of course, not as wide, probably half, but height. I'm thinking those fridges are quite big, but they're not like humongous. Think like that. I'm going to just pull this forward. It's not going to go into the skirting board or into here, but the lid will just go underneath. So I'm just going to here, maybe E S, and then I'm going to select this HLP, just tighten it. Gonna bevel these vertices, or these, yeah, let's bevel these vertices. Let's see. How's it jumping? I want it. Oh, it's jumping. I'm holding shift. There we go. Whoa. We don't need the subdivision. Do, 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 do. There we go. We have a little freezer. Metal. Not metal. I think that's okay. I think it needs something. Maybe I'll put something sitting on top or something because it's kind of like boring right now. Scale it in a tiny bit. It's a bit too basic. Let's get a mesh plane. Let's put a piece of cloth on there, just like something just left behind or someone's left there. Yeah. I'm just clicking. I know I could have right click and subdivide this evenly, or I could have put like a subdivide like that. Physics cloth. Wow. Okay. I just want it hanged on there. Okay. I want the cloth options. Let's make it leather. Let's see if it just behaves different. That's more thick. Let's go denim. Can we get friction like to stop it from, or is it on the collision options, the stickiness? Stickiness? Isn't that supposed to stick? I don't know if that's, I'm just dragging values at this point. 500 or 5,000. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing anything I can. No, don't do whatever I did. I don't think that'll have any effect on anything I did anyway. Is there stickiness on here? Tension, internal pressure. collision, quality, distance, speed, stiffness, shear, compression. It's gotta be this friction. Then that doesn't. That's not. Is it this friction? Ah, it's this friction. Okay. Let's put 500, something ridiculous, so it doesn't slide off. There we go. It just sticks. Nice. So let's increase. Let's make this. And now I'm pushing my luck here. Okay. I'm gonna duplicate this as well. Rewind. I'm gonna apply this. Um, solidify. There we go. We have some kind of cloth there. Oh man, that looks horrible. I can fix that. This one. I mean, that's my fault. Put a collision on this now. There's a collision. It was friction, right? Friction. Not this friction. Let's do this one. I think I did something like ridiculous at 500. So I just want another piece of cloth. Let me rotate this a little. Like something like that. Apply. Solidify. I think that's okay. I think I just have to just shape it a little bit. Structure. And we can just get the cloth thingy. Accumulation. Grab cloth. Right. Is there anything? Drag cloth. Let's go back. This one. Is it because after applied solidify it'll look better? Maybe it'll look better if I apply. Apply. Let's try it with this one. I don't know. Undo. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just want something just to, so it's not just a fridge, you know. It's just something. Somebody's placed something there. You know, sculpt. It's like a blanket or something someone's left. Or bit of cloth. I don't know. Buy something. Is something. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, it looks like it has something there, you know. And then I can delete it if I don't want it. Right? I can delete. I can if I don't want to have like it repeated or look to repeat. I can have the fridge, then the one with a cloth, without a cloth. I can put another prop there on top to just kind of break up uh that repetition. Put that to one. We don't even need that many. But yeah, let's put a material on here. Maybe I'll make a texture or something like a little blanket. Or... Actually, do I have the texture that I used from the tent image texture? You know, when I did the Arc Raiders, I could use that. Need the folder. I think I called it tent. I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh, bug texture, lookers, hallway, green feathers. Nah, I don't remember where I put it. If I remember or find it later, I'll add it. Maybe I'll just put now undo. Yeah, I think I'll look for that texture, see where I saved it. I might put it in my Blender folder. I don't know where. And then that'll add some more interest. We'll call this cloth, and then I'll call that again cloth. There we go. I know it don't look amazing, but we got a prop in there now. We're starting to slowly get there. And then of course, like I said, I could say, okay, I want to take this freezer and then duplicate this asset over here. Maybe I just want to take this bottom one. Duplicate this over here. See, it doesn't. No, it's not the same. You know what I mean? And you can just slightly rotate this. Now I think this is too clean. It's too clean. Um, Looking at it, let's go here, shading. When I look at this, it's way too clean. So I'm just gonna. Well, here you go. So it's not. You see, it's not so clean. It's not just a pure white. You do. And of course, yeah. See, looks that looks cool. That looks starting to come together. I think yeah, I'll definitely need to put texture on there. I think I think that's a bit too thick, right? I don't know if I can squish it a little. Maybe I'll get rid of that. I don't know, and just keep it like this. One, yeah, one's alright. Um, let me see. I'll be 1 second. Okay. So I did find the texture. It was it was in my Blender folder. So I just moved it into here. But if I go, let's go back to EV for now. Shading. I'll put in my YouTube folder now. So I think this anything I do, these textures that I'm creating for these videos, I'm going to stick in this folder so then I know where they will be. At least unless I do each individual, I mean projects for each one. But yeah, actually that's not bad, not bad, not bad. Just do tab A, kind of like I'll try to view it from project from view here. I know it's not going to be perfect. I'm gonna just try to gridify that. Let's see how that looks. It may look terrible. Yeah, oh, it actually worked. Make sure you change this to pattern so you can see, and then you can kind of get this to how you want it. I mean, that's okay. I'll get away with that. I don't have to spend too much time on that. The roughness and stuff, definitely, because that's cloth is not gloss, right? It's not going to be glossy. I could add some like texture, a little bit of bump to that, so it's got some kind of texture. Go back here. Let's try to add that in. I don't know if we can, but I'll try. Bump, height. Actually, what do you have in textures? You have noise, checkered, brick, environment, magic texture. What's the magic texture? Wave texture. Let's try wave. I don't know. I'm gonna just do something. I don't know. Okay, so is this a wave texture? Okay, bands. Distortion. So you can go detail. Scale it. We can put loads of them in there. It's kind of getting a bit distorted here. Distortion 0. Nah, I mean, it does it there, but it goes all wow, 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 wow. Let's just do normal noise texture to that. See how that looks. Yeah, not that looks terrible. Not don't look terrible. You can't see it anyway. You can't see. You cannot see it. Unless I kind of exaggerate it. But what about down here? Is this and this not the same? Oh, delete that one. Now I'm looking at it from afar. I don't like that. Um, that makes it. Let's just do. like that, but is it that way or this way? There's an actual ruler in there. Look, actual measure ruler. I never actually paid attention to that when I took the thing snapshot from Google. Yeah, it's an actual ruler. I mean, it looks like it's part of the material, so but yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Join. Um, so now that looks different from that. But the cloth kind of looks a bit lame now. And then I know. Let's turn off this ray tracing as well. Yeah, look, I can see the actual ruler. That's crazy. Um, drag cloth. Do do do. I know they don't look the same too much, but what about if I rotate this one? I don't know. Am I being extra? I'm being extra, but I'd rather be extra. Something like that. Maybe their ripple. Go back, go back, go back, go back to sculpting. Bring this down. Yeah, I think that's okay for that. And I can leave that one as it is. Object mode. Wait. think that's okay. I think it's okay. If I'll be too picky if I don't, you know. Let's move this, and this. Shift D. Let's have one down here. Think about here. If I have a like the shelf thing, I have a shelf here in this corner, and then I'm thinking put a bed here closer so we can see another shelf here. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing and thinking, but I'm thinking like the bed frame. We can have the bed here. Does it let me draw on here? Does it not let me draw? You don't let me draw. Oh, because I'm in the orthographic, right? No. 3D viewport. Can I not draw? Ah, because I had the thing off. Okay. So my idea is, anyway, I'll take a break, come back to it, but let me save this. But the idea is we're gonna have, so like I said, shelves. Oh, nothing to erase. Yes, I do. Annotate. So we're gonna have the shelves here. We're gonna model the shelves. So it's gonna be shelves here. And we're gonna have, so we've got a fridge. We can maybe put another shelf. We can just kind of just duplicate some items. Because it's modular, we're building, these are modular items that we can move around. And then the bed frame can kind of go here. Maybe the bed goes here, like the bed frame. I'll see how I'll model that as well. And then I'm going to put another shelf here on this corner just to kind of fill this space. I think something like that. I don't know. And then, yeah, we've got the fridge here. Now I'm thinking, because I got this, should I pull this out one more? Like, give it a little bit more space, one more space. I don't know. Maybe this will break that corner there, I'm thinking, and then maybe I'll move that down here. So it's not so like cluttered. I don't know. Because if the bed's there, then it is there, and then maybe I'll put a shelf there or something. I don't know. Just to put a shelf here as well. I'm rearranging and changing my idea of my mind. Whatever. Put a red light here. Grab one of these red lights. Put a red light here. Put a light here. And then of course we're gonna have pipes. The pipes going through. Pipe. It's the pipe. We already got the pipe going up here. Maybe I'll have a pipe going along here too. I don't know if there's too much information going on. Information overload. But yeah, I can imagine it, and then yeah, I should have drew it off a graphic, but same thing. I just need to work on this areas, how to fix this problem. I mean, I could build a little column or something on there, but I don't want to. Or maybe I'll just butt them together really closely. I don't know. We'll see. How I fix that. And then of course fill in the back faces. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see anything like that. And then of course that I just kind of dragged, which is wrong. Let's go there. Okay, I think we're getting there, kind of getting there.
if we put the lighting in, you know, and then of course, because I'm doing it in cycles right now, it looks got a completely different look. But I think I like it. I do like it. Like I said, I'll go here. I'm gonna select hierarchy and this one and shift D, and I'll move this here. And I'm just kind of placing it in. Yeah. Even this. Go here, like I said, the pipe, and then because I used an array, just what have I, oh, that's the bevel. Yeah. That makes sense. I think it makes sense. And now I moved my little sketch around. I'm trying to line that back up, but I think that will look nice. Anyway, let's pause it here or stop it here. It's nearly like 3 hours and a half. I don't want these videos to be too long. I might have to do time lapse on some parts, and I need to line this up. But look at that. Look at that mismatch. So it's not aligned. Anyway, let's just erase all of this. See you later. See you in the next video if you're following. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Leave comments below. Thank you.